to by a group of people just down the road a piece in New Carlisle, Ohio. As the airplane lands, you might be able to see it up close and in person and get some photos and talk to the pilot. The aircraft will be located after it lands next to the Veterans Kids hangar. Now, in addition to being an aircraft that saw a lot of civilian training, it was a very formidable weapon in World War II. And you might say to yourself, a 65 horsepower engine cruising at 70 miles an hour, that little airplane, who are you going to hurt with that? Well, it has been documented that you could do major damage to the enemy because the Cub were the airborne eyes of the artillery commanders on the ground. The Cub pilots would go out and scout a site, find an enemy gun emplacement, and radio the coordinates back to the area where our big guns were going to lob their shells in at the enemy. Now you say, why didn't the enemy just shoot the airplanes down? They were very hesitant to do that because they would give away their position. The last thing they wanted to do was fire at a set of eyes that could devastate them and eliminate their gun emplacements, they being the enemy. So the airplane was produced at over 5,000 units for the military, known as the L4 Liaison 4. These types of aircraft that were brought in and made military aircraft from civilian designs were known as grasshoppers back in World War II. They required very little distance to take off and land. They did a million different jobs. They delivered spies and saboteurs deep into enemy territory. They were used as hospital ships. They carried brass from one base to the other. They delivered mail. And one of the pilots of these military Piper Cubs actually lashed some bazookas on the struts. Was so mad he didn't wait for authorization. And in the Battle of the Bulge, he went out and destroyed 5 of the